Namaste. Hope you're well with divine grace. So far, I shared my messy awakening with you. Patanjali Yoga experiments, cosmic questions, a longing for divine, and so on. I kept hearing about the near death experiences. And then, quietly, without any demand or drama, my Guru, Swamiji, began to enter my life. At the time, I was still exploring. So, even after reading A Million Thoughts in February, I was still doing shopping, spiritual shopping. Osho, yes, controversial, but I really appreciated his take on Buddha, Mahavira, and compassion. And Sister B.K. Shivani, her calm voice, sincerity, emphasis on kindness, they really touched me. For a while, they filled my spiritual playlist until something just took over without even trying. Random video, passing name, Om Swamiji. Just one of many in a sea of spiritual voices. I didn't pay much attention at first, but one video led to another, then another, and slowly my inner world quietened. It just stayed like a thread quietly weaving through my life until one day I realized I wasn't exploring anymore. I was being guided, and the thread I was holding, I thought I was holding, it was holding me. I barely skim read A Million Thoughts, but curious to know more, I googled again and I ordered another book to know him from a different perspective. Om Swami as we know him, written by his disciples Sadhvi Brindavam and Swami Vidyananda. Their words were just recollections, they were living moments. Incidents like how Swamiji read Sadhviji's thoughts again and again, how he saved a child and a mother from a swarm of poisonous bees using mantra sadhana, his quiet service to villagers, his deep intolerance for lies, and so on. Here is someone with the power of his penance could control the elements of nature. Then I ordered another book, the Book of Kindness, and this one reached deeper. I was really moved by the story of Ajay, who lost his daughter to tsunami in year 2004. Swamiji saw in vivid details what exactly happened 12 years back. And he finally helped Ajay and his wife Rama heal after 12 long years in 2016 when Ajay met Swamiji. That literally brought me to tears. Then the narration about Naren Anand and Haldi Devi, how Naren helped Haldi Devi without knowing her, and how it unfolds as divine grace, raw divine kindness that just didn't sound spiritual, it felt like the language of the soul. His words on kindness, truth, patience, they just made sense. Soon my notebooks were filled with his words. Kindness, gratitude, let go, speak gently. Truth is simple, lies are complicated. Forgive, be patient, give before you take. They were not new concepts. YouTube is full of these, but when words come from someone who lived through it, they land differently. So one day I heard him speak of Ravan, not as a villain, but as a product of his time, society, and cultural pressure. He described it so vividly, it felt like he had seen it himself. So different from what television tells us. Then another day, I heard about a moment, his moment in the Himalayas. A swarm of bees buzzing all around Swamiji but not stinging him because he had made a peace pact with them. I was just amazed. Here is someone reciprocating with nature, like the magical stories I read as a child, but now so real. I had never believed in the concept of guru, not in this age. But somewhere along the way, I started longing for one. I even prayed to the universe, either give me a guru or you be my guru. So that same week, while walking in my local woods, I thought suddenly, can no Swamiji be my guru? I knew he wasn't initiating anyone anymore, so I told myself maybe when the time is right. Just then, call it a coincidence or a message from the universe. A bee buzzed near me and flew away. I smiled as if I just heard when time comes. In my desperation to know more about him, I somehow stumbled upon his blog site, OS.me. I had only read 3 or 4 books by then and watched a few videos that really stayed with me. And that's all I knew. And yet, somewhere deep inside, a longing for a guru had begun to grow. I really don't know where it came from, especially for someone like me who never believed in the idea of having a guru, a human guru. And then I saw it, a message about online initiation on his blog page. I hesitated. Could I really ask for something knowing so little? Still, something nudged me forward on 21st June 2023, unknowingly International Yoga Day. I filled out the Diksha form and let it go. If I'm not worthy, I thought, he won't accept me. Weeks later, I picked up If Truth Be Told, Swamiji's memoir, and I admired every page. His penance, his sacrifices, his journey. At that time, I thought I was beginning to understand who he was. But looking back now, I realize what I read back then was nothing, not even the tip of the iceberg, just a glimpse from far away. The real knowing came much later. He had achieved more by his mid 20s than most do in a lifetime. A gifted astrologer as a boy, a stock trader in his teens, the editor of a financial journal before 18. By 21, he had built wealth from nothing. And by 26, he ran global companies. And then he gave it all up. The one who had tasted every luxury, driving from Los Angeles to San Francisco, Auckland to Sydney, London to Wellington, dining in the finest restaurants, living with grace and style, suddenly stood in the chaos of Varanasi, realizing the search outside had ended. And then he walked into his guru's ashram, wearing just 2 unstitched robes. He faced scorpions, slept on bare big floors, no net, no blanket, ate rotis mixed with sand because the wheat hadn't been washed. Some days just dry biscuits, and some days without any food. And still, he served day and night manual work, construction, quiet devotion. And I wonder now, perhaps, was it his Guru Dakshina? Not in words, not in offerings, but in action, in surrender. A debt silently paid to the one he still reveres as his Guru. A debt no disciple can ever truly repay. What strikes me is he had seen both extremes, the finest of the world and the most severe austerity. And yet he never stopped. He still chose the Himalayas, the cold, the silence, the stone caves, rats, spiders, snow, no warm clothes, no heater, just the fire within. Sometimes I wonder who does that. who walks away from everything to meet the one they have never really seen or never really definitely know if it exists. Every now and even now, every time I return to If Truth Be Told, something new reveals itself. That was the first time, was just a glimpse. Now, with every reading, it goes deeper, and my reverence only grows. He began in the caves, ancient, silent, untouched. No noise, no luxury, just the breath and the divine presence. Later, he moved even higher to a very fragile hut perched at 9,000 feet, leaning at a 75 degrees, barely holding against the Himalayan winds. No heater, no thick blankets, no change of robes, just snow, silence, and surrender. 10 hours a day at a stretch, up to 22 hours, he sat motionless, so still that spiders spun webs across his face, so silent that rats curled beside him without any fear. No one, not man, not creature, disturbed him because he had made a peace pact, a silent truce with every living being. Not myth, no exaggeration, but the fruit of pure ancient sadhana, brought alive again by one who renounced all to remember. Bathing meant rubbing snow directly onto your skin. Food was minimal, a frugal meal at best. Some days, just water. Some days, nothing at all. A Vairavi once told him that you are here to revive the lost sciences of Sanatan Dharma. You will see Mother, the Divine Mother. So she will manifest for you. And she did. Alright, come back with me for a moment. Remember, I had applied for initiation, not knowing much, just holding a quiet hope in my heart. So, 20th August, that was the day I found myself waiting, not anxiously, but gently wondering would I be accepted or not. Honestly, I didn't expect anything, no signs, no anticipation. But then there was no email. But then a casual check of the spam folder, and there it was, a detailed email with clear instructions, Swamiji's video, and every step laid out for initiation. I was accepted. He accepted me as his disciple. What I got that day, I didn't realize that day. I'm starting to realize, I'm still realizing, to be fair. So that day I just stared at the screen. I can't explain what I felt. No drama, no fireworks. But something inside quietly melted that day. I didn't have any more confusion that I had before applying for the initiation. There was no Zoom call, no personal meeting, just a video with instructions. I couldn't I couldn't understand much except he's taking all my karmas till that day. I wondered, my karmas? I could understand why and how would someone do that. Well, that moment didn't end anything, it began something. So, no drama, no miracle, something different. In the next episode, I'll say how I began to know more about him. Most people discovered their guru first and then seek initiation. I applied knowing so little, not expecting much, completely unaware the divine force I had just connected to. Only later did I begin to understand me knowing him. Until then, stay kind, walk gently, and if you feel held, it's probably because you are. Namaste.